a group production. How's everybody doing? Welcome to our live. Join us every Wednesday at 7:30 for our lives. We talk about, what are we talking about? We talk about topics in the headlines, what's going on in social media, our thoughts and opinions on everyday issues, parenting, health, and everything else in between. So we want to talk about quick stories and updates for the week.
Yep.
So today we're going to be interviewing a previous podcast.
Tonight.
Well, tonight. Yeah.
Later on tonight.
Later on tonight. So later on tonight, we're going to be interviewing a previous guest on the podcast. Events. He was talking about how he's collaborated with other talented artists and how he's going to be telling us what's going on in his next upcoming project. So he's going to update us on his life, on his health, and we're so excited to talk to him. And we're going to be releasing that episode next week. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah,
can you tell us a little bit more about the Cardiartist?
Well, it's my boy Danny. I grew up with him in Far Rockaway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had many years growing up together. We did a lot of stuff, and he was diagnosed with CHD, with congenital heart disease, surgeries throughout his years, and right now he's using his creativity and art to bring awareness to the cause.
So that's super cool. So it's actually 1 year since we spoke to him the last. So it's really good to get enough.
And his birthday's coming up soon too. So
so it should be fun. So if you see the Cardiartist ready to go. Pretty cool. He sells merchandise and things like that. So we'll be sharing you with links and stuff like that later on in our episode. So another thing we want to talk about real quick is the Grammy Awards. What about them? I totally forgot they were on. And the thing is here, okay, my honest opinion, we don't have cable anymore. So sometimes we don't have access to like live TV. And I think that's many other people that are on the same boat, but social media has now informed us of what's going on with the Grammys. Miley Cyrus, Billie Eilish, Jay-Z, Beyonce, everybody's winning awards. Congratulations to them. But I know there was like a big not controversy, but talking about how Miley Cyrus has never won a Grammy. I found that hard to believe, but I was like, this is her first
maybe
Grammy?
Country Music Awards or not. CMTs.
But congrats to them. I hope you guys enjoyed the performances. I didn't even see them, so this is.
I don't even care anymore. I just don't give a shit.
That's so mean. But anywho, so we want to talk about something really important to us, an important cause to us. It's Monday, this coming Monday, February 12th, is International Epilepsy Day. So this day, every second Monday of February, this organization called Cure Epilepsy is an organization that kind of helps celebrate and highlight some of the issues and the problems that people face, along with people that are diagnosed with epilepsy, those that have like the caretakers, the medical staff, things like that. So this kind of organization helps with fundraising, awareness, and things like that. So it's super important. So if you can share on this website, it's corecureepilepsy.org. It talks about really great spreading awareness on social media. It talks about how 65 million people are impacted by epilepsy, our son included. And 3-in-1 cases do not respond to medication. I remember that was something for us in the beginning that we went through like 2 or 3 different medications before we started to see like if there was any progress with that. So that is definitely one of those statistics that are.
And then 1 in 20 Americans will develop epilepsy in their lifetime. And then you also have 3.4 million Americans that have epilepsy.
So it's a great cause to try to do more research and find a little about more for their website. And they have other ways to set up a Facebook fundraiser. We're talking about maybe thinking about doing it. Usually for the month of November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. So maybe that might be something might be interested in doing it later in the year. So if you're interested finding out more information about International Epilepsy Day, it's this Monday, February 12th. And if you definitely put hashtags, awareness, international hashtag, Epilepsy Awareness Day, and spread the word. All right. So we're going to talk about some funny stuff, some sad stuff, the regular stuff. You know how it is. We're talking in our live session. So the first thing we want to talk about is TikTok ain't got no more music for your trending videos. So apparently what's going on is that there is a big conversation or a conversation that was had between Universal Music and their artists, saying that they're not they're pulling their music. So apparently there's a big controversy about they're not getting paid enough for the artists. They're not being compensated for their work. And a lot of the TikTok videos have
no music on
no
them now.
music.
Yeah.
So like Universal is usually artists of like Lady Gaga, like Beyonce, BTS. So it's like any of those trending videos, they're like, well, we snatched it. Bye, gone. So a lot of the other concerns is with AI. They're trying to see like if AI is another issue in terms of replicating their music and, you know, copywriting and things like that. So Universal came in like big dogs. It came like, yeah, well, deuces, we ain't gonna let you use our music anymore, and that's that.
But it's not just that. It's just they couldn't come to an agreement money wise.
So yeah, but it's always about money. Everybody should be compensated for what they're, you know, what they need. But you know what it is, you know, it's also the thing about online safety. So it's like if people are using your work and you didn't give them permission to use it in the first place, that's another issue.
Yeah.
So
but it comes down to money. That's what at the end.
Money.
Yep. And I kind of agree with TikTok saying that, you know, we have a platform that millions of users use it, and they're able to find all these different types of music out there. You know, this is kind of like giving samples of their catalog. You know, so they're saying it's an open stream to broadcast for people to
call BS.
You call BS? Okay.
I call BS.
No. Listen,
TikTok.
for somebody that doesn't buy music, I don't buy music. I stream music. Because if I hear a song that's in somebody's TikTok or
because
Instagram,
you're streaming it doesn't mean that you're not paying a service to access it.
Okay, but I'm paying $14.
Doesn't matter. It's the same.
I'm not here spending $14 on an album.
BS. You're still paying to have access to that music. Are you paying TikTok to have access to that music? So
TikTok is paying that.
So your opinion is negated.
No, my opinion is it's my gateway to new music. So
bullshit.
It's not bullshit because when I'm on Instagram and when you click on the video, you can see the song in the bottom. So if it's a song that I heard through the reel and if I like it, I'll go to it, click on it, see the name, and I'll go to Spotify or Apple Music, and then I'll put it in my playlist.
Because you have access.
UMG opens the door for other people to listen and go to them, you know, because it's all about what do you call it? It's all about what do you call it? It's about networking. Right, so the minute one person hears this song, they're gonna put it on their playlist, and then they recommend it to somebody else. So it's just like a chain of events that happen.
I understand that,
but now if UMG cuts that out, listen. But to me, it's just funny because now all you're gonna see is just people dancing in the background with no music. Just
I think you had a clip of that.
Yeah, so we got a clip here. Let's play the clip.
It's the sound of silence on one of the world's most popular social media platforms. TikTok is known for funny or elaborate dance routines set to all kinds of music. But now, those videos, some with millions of views, are awfully quiet, with angry comments asking where the music went.
It has me like a little bit scared about what the future holds.
Peyton Dunn is a TikToker who obsesses over and recommends new music to his followers.
My account is so focused solely on music. If more of the labels like decide to pull out, then it will mean like worse things for my account and my ability to like cover music on TikTok.
This is all because TikTok and Universal Music Group couldn't agree on how much money artists should get when their music is played on the app. Universal represents thousands of artists from Taylor Swift to Nirvana. The company released a statement this week saying, quote, TikTok is trying to build a music-based business without paying fair value for the music. Facts. And adding that the platform is using AI to replace music by human songwriters and performers. TikTok responded with a heated statement of their own, saying that Universal has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. Facts. Even though the music takedown impacts creators like Dunn, he says he supports the label's position.
It hasn't been a fair deal to the music industry, and they've built an app that is pretty much music first. So I do think they need to be paying their fair
answers.
What is the place of music on the platform? Is this niche just gonna disappear altogether? Something that's been like so central to like the brand identity of TikTok, like since its like inception.
Chloe Malas, NBC News.
right, so okay. Here we go. So now you're talking about how if it's a question about fair compensation, it was the same bullshit with the Actors Guild. How long were they in the fucking strike? How long?
Like almost a year.
Almost a year,
Yeah.
right? For them to be compensated for the work that they're doing. There's many screenwriters, actors, all these people that are behind the scenes should get paid accordingly.
I get both parties' side. I get UMG is saying.
Bullshit.
I'm saying I get you. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I get UMG trying to say, well, your millions of
This platform
customers
that you're on.
are using our parties or our clients' music millions of times a day. Pay us the royalty fee or like a percentage of it. Like a little, it's all about the stream counts now. It's not about album sales anymore. And people and all these artists are not getting compensated correctly because all these clauses in the contract.
And that's the tea.
That's the key.
I mean, I'm just saying. If they have the opportunity to be compensated, everybody should be given the right amount, given their credit, given their, they should be give them their fucking money. That's it. Give them their money. But on the next news, we want to talk about California. So we've been thinking about going to California for the podcast movement, but we decided to go in August. But now what's happening in California, they now have declared a state of emergency. So there's been a lot of flash flood warnings in Los Angeles. I'm surprised they even had the Grammys. Was it raining the whole entire time they were there?
I don't know.
Because there was a whole bunch of flash floods. They were
but this not in LA. It's probably other parts.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh, it says warning in LA, but it's
but there was some flash warnings in LA and things like that. But then these stories like this it reminds me of all the different things that happened in New York with these flash floods. They talking about global warming. It's true, but here we are. But now they're saying there's an estimated $9 to $11 billion worth of damages. I mean, in property and the estate and things like that. And then it was 11 inches in 24 hours.
Dang,
That's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I mean? So now there were 3 deaths related to the storm. So I don't know if you want to have a clip about talking about what's going on in California. That's crazy.
Heavy rains from an atmospheric river caused dangerous conditions on the LA River. Look at that.
Remember when they had the freeze in Texas?
Yeah.
What?
But lately they've been having that. They don't know how to drive out there.
Texas or LA?
In Texas. Well, they know how to drive, but when it comes to like treachery conditions,
Treacherous
the winter,
conditions.
when it comes to a little bit of ice, they all freak out.
I mean, you can't blame them.
I don't blame them.
You can't blame them. They're not used to that.
They're not used to having winter tires or all-season tires on their cars.
Of course. So we're just trying to figure out what is next for California. I think there have been talks about how they're going to be giving aid, and how are the residents trying to live with that at this point. But this is crazy at this point. I don't know what else. I'm be playing games over here in New York. It hasn't been that bad. It's been great.
Well, now Honey, Puxafani, I forgot the name of the town.
Oh my god!
Sorry, guys. I'm not. Here you go. Groundhog dies on Groundhog Day.
It says a groundhog in Kentucky died exactly a few days
No,
after.
no.
No, you got to put de Blasio. You got to put de Blasio. De Blasio drops hedgehog. No, is that not a hedgehog?
Not a hedgehog, a groundhog.
Groundhog. I can't get the
See,
most
de Blasio on dropping Groundhog that later died.
Yeah, click on it. Click on that shit.
Mayor Bill de Blasio dropped a groundhog at the Staten Island Zoo's annual Groundhog Day ceremony in February, and the Wall Street Journal was there. The animal squirmed out of the mayor's grip in front of dozens of shocked school children. A week later, the rodent died of internal injuries, according to zookeepers.
See, succumbed to his injuries.
But that death was not made public until a report in Thursday's New York Post, sparking outrage across the internet.
Outrage.
some suggested there had been a kind of
She wants to laugh. Look at her. She wants to laugh.
that the groundhog
She wants to laugh.
wasn't Chuck at all, but actually a woodchuck by the name of Charlotte.
It is called a woodchuck.
So what you said?
I said porcupine.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. Yo, he succumbed to his injuries.
So
How did she do that whole reporting without cracking a smile, bro? Like, I feel bad for him. I feel not for De Blasio. I feel bad for what is it called? A hedgehog, a porcupine, a woodchuck. Okay, so it says, what's his name?
yeah.
Susani.
No, it says Puxa Tawani Hit Phil. There you go.
We
now-
call him Phil.
Let me see. Was it this one? Oh, this one they picked him up. But the one in New Jersey, this one in
They
New
have
Jersey.
glass?
Yeah, he came out in a glass enclosure.
I can't.
The stage is set.
I found the video. Look. My man has an enclosure now because they don't want him picking him up. Look at that. Chuck, there you go. His name Chuck.
All right, there are lots
Staten
of
Island Chuck. There you go.
excited school children.
Yay. So, which woodchuck are we supposed to listen to?
This is a male groundhog, or also called a whistle pig because
A whistle
they whistle
pig.
at their mates.
A whistle pig?
I
Okay.
think Staten
Okay. We had enough about this story. Yo.
That is hilarious.
But yes, but now we're trying to figure out in terms of weather. Are we going to have an early spring? Who knows? We live in New York. Who knows? The weather's unpredictable, just like these people walking in these streets. So here we are. It is what it is. We're used to that. So we want to talk a little bit about health news. So in terms of, well, just one thing I want to talk about really quickly is Toby Keith, country singer, 65, died yesterday from stomach cancer. So I definitely want to go into that in another episode, talk about what are the causes for stomach cancer and things like that. What was his diagnosis and symptoms and things like that. But I just found it really, really sad that, he was very young, 65, died of stomach cancer. So rest in peace, Toby Keith. So we want to talk about vitamins and powders. That is for our health news section for today. What vitamins and powders are you listening into or interested in taking? So what is the first thing you want to talk about, my friend over here? So if you see me in my cup, this is our power shakes we make in the morning. So I mix, everything's frozen. So between dragon fruit, pineapples, mangoes,
Like fruit, vegetable smoothies.
and kale or whatever is fresh, kale or spinach. And then I put, let me see if you grab the powder from there. So this is the one I've been using, Vega. Coconut. If you know me, I'm obsessed with coconut. So this is a plant-based vegan powder. And then Mr. Molina has been taking something called AG1.
Yep, Athletic Greens 1, AG1.
This is not a sponsorship.
No,
we
it's not.
would like to be sponsored. So if you see us, this is what we've been taking. So a quick breakdown on what are some important vitamins and minerals. So oh, here you go. So you always want to incorporate fruits and vegetables in your diet. Obviously, we can break down into the major four food groups, pyramids, things like that. But what happens is we have to see how does each vitamin work and how minerals are incorporated into your meals and things like that. So so I've been trying to research to do a little bit more. So I recently just took a nutrition class last semester. It was pretty intense trying to figure out all these millions of different vitamins and minerals, but always trying to figure out what some of the brands and what are some of the other companies that are offering different multivitamins.
And what it's inside as their formula.
Right, in terms of what's their
Yeah.
formula,
What ingredients are they using?
What ingredients are they using? Are you using pure things like that? So And also, when you're thinking about vitamins, they do have an expiration date. So don't think like you could have them in your cabinet for like a long time. They do have an expiration date. So you just can't be drinking expired vitamins. There you go. Moving on. So there's a lot of different companies that I've been looking into. So Ritual is one of them. A new company that I've been seeing is called Care of, C/O. That has like comes with a prepackaged vitamin and mineral package.
What, 30-day supply?
It's like a 30-day supply. They come out little tablets and they're already pre-done for you. Like you don't have to think about it. Other companies are like Nature Made, Puritan Made, and Euro Plus. It's a new one I just recently, like I just landed on it just looking on my Pinterest page. And it's about your urinary tract health. So when you think about urinary tract, one of the main vitamins that you want to kind of mess with a little bit is cranberry. So cranberry has some antioxidants. That is something that's supposed to help and kind of promote, you know, to preventions of UTI. So a lot of urinary tract infections, which many women are prone to, as you know, many people can know when you're young or old, but it's something that I was just looking into. And I thought they had like this really great program that they offer you like a 30-day supply, just like all these other companies for vitamins and minerals. But again, we recently have been looking to see what other minerals and vitamins are more important. So it's just a basic list that we have here for vitamins and minerals. Now, there's something that you can think about. When you're thinking about vitamins and minerals, you want to think about what's beneficial for your gender, which is a tricky topic. But we also want to kind of see what your body requires. So are you active? Are you non-active? Are you a vegan? Do you focus on you have any illnesses, any diseases? So there's many different things that you need for you, you know, for your own needs. But some of the things like I would like to highlight is just like you want to incorporate a lot of things in terms of your food as well, because diet is just as important as your intake of doing other supplements and things like that. So these are not meal replacements, because I know there's other things that you can see in GNC and Target, Walmart, Amazon that they have like meal replacements. So, and the whey protein kind of that fucked with my stomach. So I don't know.
But you use whey more like when you're in the gym, you try to build muscle mass.
And I think like when we were training for FDNY and we were training for NYPD, this is before the kids, we were like messing with that stuff, and that messed with my stomach though. I couldn't deal with that too much. But I think incorporating more vegetables, more fruits into your diet, helping with incorporating your vitamins and minerals, supplements, and things like that is another step in another healthy direction for the new year. So we've been both trying to lose weight, but losing weight is not necessarily the issue. It's your diet. Diet is always going to be the issue, because we could work on at the gym, we could swim, we could run, we could do all these things, but if you're not eating properly, it makes no difference. So from AG1, on my perspective, I have been reaping the benefits with his energy, so that's a good thing. But I'm just trying to figure out what other vitamins we need. So definitely you need some vitamin A. You need a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. So a lot of these, I want to make sure that immunity is another thing. Yeah,
but you got to remember, on top of the vitamins, all these vitamins that are in there, they're also using other ingredients like extracts from different fruits.
Right.
That give you energy.
Right. That give you
right. So I've been using AG1 for like, I think a week and a half now, 2 weeks.
Today's Wednesday?
Yeah, it's been
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I already noticed a difference from 2 weeks ago. You know, so I feel more energized. I feel ready to come. It's weird. It's just like, but you know what? Like taking, you know, because I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't gone to the gym in a long time. And then I'm changing my eating habits now, little by little. I stopped drinking soda. I don't really consume that much sugar anymore. You know, I barely consume sugar anyway.
Yeah, but again,
you know, when
diet.
I drink coffee, I drink it, you know, with milk and
black.
No sugar.
Yeah, black.
I
don't drink coffee,
no sugar.
it don't makes no difference to me.
That's when I drink coffee. I don't drink coffee all the time.
Yeah.
But with this, you know, like now I'm starting to feel a little better. I'm starting to drink a lot more water now. Like I said, I cut out soda, juices. I've just been drinking a lot of water lately, and I'm down like 6-7 pounds already.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Again, like with any change of your regimen or your diet, always got to consult with your doctor first, because you can't be just changing up shit just because.
Right. It's a difference, because like when I was watching my review, no, Not last year before,
Oh
2022.
yeah, year before.
So those were AG1 were some of the samples in the bags.
And they were just starting that company.
Yeah.
Literally,
So
that was like 2 years ago.
I was in a
Yeah.
hotel room trying it, and I'm down with trying any vitamins or powder or anything. So, and this was like one of the products I first encountered 2 years ago, and I tried it, I tasted it, I loved it, and it tastes like matcha powder. So it has like this earthy taste to it, but I like it. You know, and you can incorporate your powder into anything, pudding. You can make a smoothie out of it. I'm just finding out all these different recipes with AG1, but I've just been drinking it with water
Yeah.
and then just drink it other day.
Again, like anything, promoting digestive health, anything in terms of anything with your vision, your blood vessels, nerves, anything of that sense. You always want to make sure you're trying to contribute something for your health. Again, diet is always a big part of that. So if you have a chance, if you're looking into
something is better than nothing.
Yes, something is better than nothing. So in terms of like vitamins and minerals, you want to take a look at some of the charts that we have here. I got these really great charts from Pinterest from other dietitians and other doctors that are specializing in diet, health, vitamins, and minerals. And it's also with my research with nutritional class with one of my professors, she gave us a great templates in order for us to use different things to kind of understand how we incorporating our diet, what are the things that we're consuming in our diets, and how to kind of keep track. There was another meter, but I think you could get that on the App Store, but I'll send this in the link and attach it to you so you guys can take a look at that. So again, just taking a look about all the different types of deficiencies and things that are related to a deficiency in your vitamins and your minerals. So there's a little clip here, a little website. This is from, which one is this one? This one is from, I'm trying to think.
Skinseed.com?
Yes, skinseed.com. So some of the deficiencies about skin and things like that. So again, it's like if you're missing vitamin B12, there's a lot of different things and ailments that are related to things that you don't have that are associated with vitamins and minerals. So again, if you're thinking about poor digestion or indigestion, if you have, internal issues, especially with Crohn's disease, that we have issues with absorption. Again, there's so many different things that can counteract with your digestion. Prebiotics, probiotics.
Right. Sometimes it's good to do blood work before you
Yeah.
even start taking vitamins to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to kind of get a baseline of
'Cause
where
you
you're at.
can't consume too much, vitamin
I can't
K?
do vitamin K because I have a blood disorder. My blood disorder is a protein C, protein S deficiency. So what happens is that my body has a tendency to clot more because of my deficiency of being able to absorb vitamin K. So I take little amounts of, like, avocados and kale and spinach are like higher doses of vitamin K. So I really have a tendency just to take smaller doses in both, which I love avocados. I'm obsessed with avocados, but I do have to kind of control my consumption. And again, that comes with, doing research, working with my my hematologist, that I had to kind of you only can consume this amount. You only can consume this amount. So again, it's a good way to kind of get a baseline is do a little bit of blood work, try to figure out, check out your glucose, check out your your lipids, your cholesterol, check if everything's okay, chilling. And then if there's anything of supplementary, then you can go ahead and take a look at the different different products that they might offer to see what can we do to kind of supplement for that. So important health, men's health are different from female health. Obviously, there's different requirements for men as opposed to for women. So you have to take a look. Again, it depends on your age, depends on your gender, depends on your needs. If you have any illnesses, diseases, always do your research. Pretty please, always do your research because there's 1,000,003 products out there and it might not work for everybody. So.
Yep.
So if we want to take another look of,
Those other websites too. This is printables.com.
Yeah, this one is,
Vitamin and mineral
this
chart.
was another great. They have like great printable vitamin and mineral charts. If you see like one of them here, it kind of breaks down like some of the important vitamins and minerals that you need for your body, especially like when it comes to B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. Now, zinc is another one. Oh, this is another great one. So now let's say you're vegan. Right? You're not getting certain proteins and nutritions from the meat itself. So what do you have to kind of compensate with legumes, beans, and that more. So you have to, kind of figure out tofu, things like that. So again, you want to make sure you find other means of trying to compensate for your diet. So zinc is another thing. Zinc is another great thing in order for you to kind of build your immunity, especially in times of the winter, especially now. We ain't getting hit with the flu, the streps, the COVIDs, because I know especially in my pediatric office, we have been getting hit hard with the flu A, B, strep, and COVID. So zinc is definitely a way to kind of build up your immunity. So that vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, zinc. Pop it in there, keep it moving. Because I can't keep getting sick. I got school, I got work, we got children, I got vacationing. Like I'm trying to be well. I'm trying to be well. And like last year we got sick like a few times. I got sick twice bad last year. Yep. So another thing is iodines. A lot of these. This is a great chart. This setup and was definitely.
This website is for the love of nutrition.
Yeah, this is a great website. It breaks down. This has nice bright pictures. Tells you about different servings, different things. Again, if you have any plant food allergies, because we have to make sure we accommodate.
Seeds,
Now the super seeds. This is my favorite part. Super seeds. So you want those bowels moving? You get you some chia seeds. You want them bowels moving?
Flax.
You get some flax.
Get your flax.
Get your flax on, okay?
Get your flax.
It doesn't matter what kind of brand you got. Just make sure that it has the right contents in it. If it's Trader Joe's or Target or Walmart brand, don't matter. Get the chia seeds in your life. You want that good bowels? You want to get 1 or 2 BMs in a day? Get you some chia and flax seeds. And then they have really other ones that have pumpkin seed, hemp seed. They have lentils. This is
a nice website. I like it.
So this is a great website. So guys, if you have a chance, we're gonna definitely plant. How are we gonna plant those? So definitely check out these plant-based charts. They have a great breakdown of top sources and talks about different deficiencies, what can you address. So definitely our health is a major thing. We want to live long, we want to live healthy, we want to try to live our best life, but sometimes we want to enjoy life too. So don't feel guilty if you want to drink a soda there once in a while. It's okay. I had 1 soda yesterday. I was like, I needed it. Drinking soda. I said I needed a Coke yesterday. I was studying. I was up late.
Drinking tea and.
Yeah. But again, everybody's needs are different, and you always have to think about different research. Again, do your research, read about it, talk about different things. So, and our next topic on parenting thoughts, we want to talk about driving. Your children getting their licenses. So our oldest is 14. So technically.
He should be driving already.
No.
He's a Spanish kid. He's a Latino kid. They teach us how to drive early.
I don't want to talk about that. Technically, he can get his learner's permit at the age of 16 in the state of New York. So as long as there's an adult in the car that has a license. So I don't even want to talk about that because 2 years can go by really quickly. But what are your thoughts on your children getting their licensing? So, quick story about me. I didn't get my license until I was almost 31. So, I followed in the footsteps of my parents. My parents did not have licenses. None of them drove. It wasn't until recent that my mom got her license. But my mother was even older than 31. And Andre was the one who kind of taught me. Well, he was the only one he taught me how to drive, especially in big trucks, and how to be careful and making sure that, I'm aware of my surroundings and things like that. So now I'm coming up 10 years having my license. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
And everything has been great. I've only had 1 incident, and the incident wasn't even my fault. So let's keep it moving. But me as an adult at 31 getting my license for the first time, I was a nervous wreck. So imagine a 17-year-old on the road with their licensing. What are your thoughts?
I'm a little nervous. Of course, because he's a new time driver and there's a lot of a-holes out there, reckless a-holes. And don't get me wrong, I was kind of reckless. I got arrested at 16 for not having a license.
Wait a minute.
I used to take my mom's car, for joyrides. And I used to go get food. And then one day I got pulled over. and I didn't have a driver's license or anything. And then I got pulled over. I got put in handcuffs, and literally I got stopped right across the street from the precinct. They put me in the car, in the paddy wagon, and then I see one of my friends from high school there, and he's arrested. He's like, we both look at each other, start laughing, and then they just literally put me in the van, made a U-turn, and took me out instead of crossing me across the street.
Yo.
That was my first time arrested.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah, that's for another story.
Oh, that's for another day.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question. What made your dumbass think it was okay to take your mom's car without a license?
Well, I was learning how to drive, and I was really good at it too. So I was really good. I really had the grasp. I wasn't being reckless. It's just that for some reason they said that when I went around the truck, my mirror hit the truck's mirror. Like it was like a commercial truck stand, double park.
So you kind of like just tapped it? Like
Yeah, so I went around and I said, listen, I didn't, because usually if you would hit a mirror, you would hear something.
You would hear it, right?
I didn't hear anything. They just pulled me over. And I went to get food. Every time I got pulled over and got arrested.
Because you went to go get food.
Yeah, it was when I was getting food.
So you didn't eat, I'm assuming.
No, nobody ate.
Nobody.
Nobody
Okay,
ate.
so what happened? What was your mom's response?
She was nervous.
Wait, to you taking the car, you getting arrested?
Both.
I need context.
She was more in shock and upset, and she had to come to the precinct to come pick me up. And luckily, like it went on my record for me driving without a unauthorized license, whatever, and it went on her record too, because I didn't have a license, so it went on her record first, on her driving record, and then once I got my permit, my driving permit, my learner's permit, then it transferred. That record transferred into mine.
So was there any limitations when you got your driver's permit?
No limitation. Just besides the glasses. That's it. But other than that, no limitation.
Okay, so So una pregunta. What if your son took the car for a joyride?
Oh, I'd be upset. I'd be upset. Upset? Only because my car it's not made for everyone. It's a manual car. It's a stick shift. So
yeah, okay. All right. Let's say it's not manual. Let's say it's a regular car. Would you be upset if he took your car for a joyride?
No, I wouldn't be upset if you tell me if you tell me that you're gonna go. I say, all right, just be careful. That's it. Like
knowing he doesn't have a license.
No. If he had his license, if he had his permit, without his permit, I would be upset. If he just takes the car, because you're doing something that could put you in danger, Listen, I've done stupid shit in my life.
I'm like,
I did stupid shit.
Okay.
And our next story involves me doing that stupid shit.
Okay. So you're gonna give him a pass.
I'll give him a pass.
You give him a pass. Okay. Me?
As many times she gave me a pass too, because she knew I was gonna take the car, but she knew I was a safe driver. So she would let me take it.
Without your license.
Yeah.
She's complicit in your behavior. No, here's the thing. I will not argue with the fact that you are an excellent driver. You are a great teacher. So I have no doubts that if our sons learn from you, that they will learn everything they can from you. So that I will not doubt you, because you taught me, and I like to think that I'm a very good defensive driver. And I think it's just a matter of like just being aware of your surroundings, making sure that you are not scared when you're placed in a certain situation. Like you've taught me how to drive in the snow, how to drive in the ice, how to drive in weather conditions, rain, all these things. So like I feel comfortable like when I'm able to, drive in these different conditions,
right? Because
you're always telling me, Steph, make sure you do this. Steph, make sure you do that. Like pay attention. And it's like, because I'm usually the one that's always driven the bigger cars, that I feel like I have a little bit more control as opposed into the smaller cars. Not that I'm saying I'm not comfortable in smaller cars, but I've always learned in a bigger car.
Right.
Like all I've learned is driving in a bigger car. So my other thing is that if we take the time to have our kids take driving classes and driving lessons, I did it. I did 6 lessons. It was an hour.
Yeah, but I also
my teacher was a bitch though.
She was like, why are you driving with him? Or why is he letting you drive? Even with the kids in the backseat, you're not going to pass.
Oh, man.
And then I told her, don't stop worrying about her. She don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, that was like, I don't need that.
But she did a good job in trying to make you feel uncomfortable behind the wheel. That's exactly what they do.
She did that. She did. She was successful.
And then
in
the
that.
funny thing is, like, when she took a road test, the first day she passed, and the lady was like, "You passed." Her first try, she passed. Oh, I didn't think you were gonna pass.
No, but my biggest concern was double parking. Double parking was always, but you were telling me like, listen, make sure you measure like this and make sure you go like this. Yeah, keep looking, just keep looking. So it's just a matter of practicing.
Triangle, just keep.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's the thing. It's like driving is just like anything else in life. You got to practice if you want to get better at it, but you have to maintain safety. So as parents, I'm always super scared that now at one point in 2 years, he's going to be learning how to drive. And I'm like, I can't handle it. Me personally, I can't, because I just got my license.
Listen,
literally.
we're hiding all the keys. Hide all the fobs, the key fobs. Hide them.
But what are your thoughts of your children getting your licensing? Were you scared out of your wits? Did your kids do some stupid ass shit like this kid right over here did? But look, he's fine. Now he's driving trains.
I got thousands of people in my hands.
Right? But here's the thing. Like, when we think about your kids driving, again, like he mentioned before, there's many a-holes are in the street. People that are not careful. People that are not paying attention. People on their fucking phones, which is another pet peeve that I have. I hate people when I see them on phones, that they have the phones in their ears and stuff like that. I understand Bluetooth. I understand all that. But please, like, just pay attention to the road.
No, camera's here.
Oh, my bad.
Up there.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm just trying to focus on where to go. There's so much going on.
Don't worry about the video. Don't worry about the feed.
But you want me to work about this?
Yeah, look at this. Okay, you're looking up there.
I'm looking up here because that's what you want. I'm looking at the camera. No, I'm worried about these assholes that don't know how to drive. And I'm sorry, a lot of you out there, a lot of you are women. Sorry. Some of you women drivers get on my fucking nerves because you guys are not paying attention. You guys are not. And then I see a lot of you bullshit people coming in and eating the stops by the school safety zones. That's another pet peeve I got. Don't be going past the stop signs when you see children that are crossing the street. This is how little kids get This is how little kids get killed on when they dropping off the school people from the school buses at the crosswalk. This is why the people at the school safety guard, they're over here yelling at people because you are not paying attention to the road. I feel bad for
our school safety guard. She always yelling every morning.
She's always yelling, and I always feel bad. I was like, God forbid if she gets hit.
People don't give a shit anymore.
This is what I'm saying. This is the thing that I get most scared about, because there's a lot of great drivers out there. There's a lot of good drivers out there, and there's a lot of assholes out there. So for me thinking like, what else on top of the plate of a parent? Now I got to worry about my kids having a license. So now I'm freaking out because it's like I can't not let them or not allow them to have a license.
Yeah. But
incidents like this is some of the things that we have been seeing in social media. It's like how dangerous the road is. And we're going to show a quick clip that would happen. I think it happened like a few weeks ago, where, you know, I don't know how to explain it. If you want to explain a little bit more.
Let's show the video.
Yeah,
and then I'll explain after.
Yeah.
Yo.
This is the aftermath.
Oh shit. Nah. Yo. No.
So then what's the next one? Let's see.
That's the accident, and then
this was just.
This is 2 hours before the accident.
Why is that even a U-Haul thing? Like, what is?
Well, I think it's just stickers, you know, unless it was a U-Haul rental.
See, this is the type of thing that just makes me so scared. So scared. And then
this is the impact. But on the whole passenger side.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Again, like, sometimes there's accidents we can't even prevent. right? There's accidents we cannot prevent, and that's all in God's hands. Like some things, if they are preventable, they are. But some things like it's like this makes me so worried about having with this fucking key story. This is the type of thing that makes me super scared when children, young people get their licensings and then they're not being super careful and they're not just
Listen. It hurts me only because I used to be part of that scene when I was growing up. Street racing, drifting, and I've seen a lot of car accidents at these meets. And I used to do it on my, with my car too, but at the same time, I was conscious enough to know my terrain, my surroundings, and, so.
And your limits.
And my limits.
And your skills.
And my skills. I know my skills, when it came to doing all these different things. And this was an inexperienced driver, and this came after 2 days after it snowed.
Yeah.
We had like a big snowstorm and the streets, and then to know that, and you could just tell from the street, it was like salt everywhere. And there was no reason for him to be flying down the block like that, knowing your conditions on the street with the salt and the ice, and it's just terrible.
It's terrible. And my heart goes out to their families, and like things like this just makes me it makes me super sad.
And that's why I really don't want him to because I did this. Me and my friends used to go. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Just flying. Just to have that, but there's nothing, like I said, the car scene, it's a big thing, but it's unfortunate.
It's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
All these things happen all the time, and it still happens. I've been out the scene for a long time, but this comes across my feed once in a while, and it's like, I'm like, man, I miss those days. But then seeing this, I don't. Especially now you're a family man. And there's a proper way to do things, and then there's this, and then there's the right way. The right way to go build a car, make it fast, and then go to the racetrack. Go
into controlled environments. Yeah. That's the goal, right? Like, I feel like people that do dangerous things do it they're meticulous in their planning. They're meticulous in how things are going to go. And there's not always a way that it works out, even in these controlled environments, especially in the racetrack. There's people that still have bad accidents on the racetrack. Yeah. And these are people that have millions of dollars invested, people that sponsor them, and these people are professionals, and things can still happen.
I feel bad for the family.
Even for the professionals. You know what I'm
this
saying?
Was, I think, a 21-year-old.
And a 15-year-old, I
15,
believe?
17, 19, and 21. So I think the 20 and the 15-year-old died?
Pass, I think so. But these are the things, like, I think, like, the other professionals in the fields when driving, like Ken Block. Ken Block was another great professional driver.
One of my favorite drivers out there, Ken Block.
And when he passed, I forgot.
But he wasn't racing when he passed.
That was the thing.
It was a freak accident.
It was a freak accident. And
he went up the mountain on the snowmobile and then flipped over, and the snowmobile fell on top of him.
See, this I think is a freak accident.
This was not a freak accident. This was stupidity.
This was stupidity.
Yeah. And then to think that the comments, I'm reading the comments in there, like that truck shouldn't be there. Even if that truck wasn't there, they probably would have died anyway. They probably would have lost control and hit something else. But then this part of the Bronx is the industrial part of the Bronx.
Right,
so yes, these trucks are allowed to park there.
Those trucks are all over. They're
They're allowed
everywhere.
to park there. It's an industrial area. And then
it's a commercial area. So
I'm not going to say much about the scene because it's off limits.
Why?
It's a secret.
Okay.
These things happen in secret.
Right.
All these meets,
But here's the thing. Like, when you think about all the controlled environments, even in a controlled, meticulous planning and things like that, things can still happen. Yeah. So it's just like...
But this was, like I said, this was after...
a snowstorm.
After a snowstorm. There was salt and stuff on the street.
The conditions weren't ideal.
Ideal for him to be going that fast.
Yeah. And there was no reason for that. This is why we always want to stress, like, especially when it comes to driving, please just be super safe. Be careful. Learn your environment. Know about your surroundings. Be vigilant. Like, just don't drive because you late. Too bad. You late. You're late. You want to leave on time? Leave on time. Give yourself time. Don't just go because you want to rush and get to the Bronx in 15 minutes. Just saying. But these are the things that I can get concerned about, especially when your children are getting licenses and then these freak accidents and, doing silly stunts and things like that. People can get hurt. So this is like, what do we do as parents? Do we put them in a bubble and let them, we'll drive them everywhere. I'll drive you everywhere. I don't care.
As long as you try to like teach your kids to be, how to be, be respectful, have mannerisms. There's always outside influences that you cannot stop, or they're gonna learn behavior that you can't stop. You can't. Well,
what do you mean?
You can't shelter them. We could just teach them right from wrong.
No, they're not getting their licenses. Point blank. They're not getting their point blank. That's it. That's it. They ain't getting their license. I'm gonna have to chauffeur them around.
Well, they live in New York City. They can take the bus everywhere.
Exactly.
You don't need a car.
How did I survive in New York City for so long without having a license? A, I had you, and B, there was bus and trains. So that's where I was at.
And plus, we worked in areas that you don't have to drive.
I didn't have to drive. Yeah, I got to school by train and stuff like that. But things like incidents like this just really makes this very difficult for me to think about all the different things that can happen, especially especially with cars. It's a vehicle. It's just like anything. It's a piece of machinery. You have to give respect to it. You just gotta respect it, just like anything else.
You gotta learn your car. You
gotta learn. You gotta learn.
It's like water. You have to
be one with the water. Be one with the water. Oh my God, that has nothing to do with that.
It does. It does. If you're one with your car, if you know your car, you know the car's limits. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. Yeah. But it can happen to anybody.
But as I'm saying, it can happen to anybody.
Young or old, it happens.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you want to make sure that you have an understanding of what it is to, driving is I don't know if it's a right or is it I'm trying to think of the right word.
It's a privilege.
Right. So driving is a privilege. And you must treat that privilege with the utmost respect and make sure that things like this don't happen. But guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us on the live sessions. Guys, follow us. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on, what's the thing? X, Twitter. I don't know what it's called, but Twitter, whatever it's called. TikTok. You can follow us on YouTube, guys.
We're on Twitch. We're
on Twitch. Yes,
we streamed our first Twitch last week.
Yay!
So we're on Twitch now.
So guys, continue following. Join us for our live sessions every Wednesday at 7:30. And we're gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep coming up with new topics. If there's anything that you want to talk about, you want to join us on our live, let us know. Hit me up on the social media. Say, hey, listen, I want to join your lives. Come. We'll have a whole conversation. We'll talk about things interesting, everything else in between. Yep. So this is Stephanie.
This is Andre.
This is Table for Four, a family conversation podcast, a T44 Media Group production, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Take care.